Hey guys, it's Growing with Dev here, back with another video. We're standing on the part of our 10-acre parcel of land. This is 5 acres of guava. We counted it's about 680 guava trees here, all producing all year round. So what do you do when you have a monoculture of guava that's producing fruit and you want to make sure that it's well protected? So in our context, we have guavas growing that are at different stages of the ripening process. Guava is a particular fruit. It gets very tender when it gets ripe and it turns yellow in our case. And often there are bugs that are trying to get into these fruits. So mind you, if we want the fruits, so does everything else. That includes birds, that includes bugs. We even have dogs out here sometimes that get underneath the fence and start chomping on any of the guavas that fall on the ground. So what do you do to protect those fruits? So earlier I mentioned context, and that's a word that I've learned through syntropics, through my agroforestry, self-learning, and what I've learned from Thiago. And essentially it means that based on whatever situation that you as a farmer are in, based on your ethics, based on your economic standpoint, based on whatever resources you have on hand, you have to make decisions for the betterment of your business and the betterment of your farm operation. So we opted to use these mesh bags around our fruits on our trees because we want to have that extra layer of protection between the fruits and the outside world. We don't want any winged insects biting our fruits, leaving marks, even laying worms or larvae in them. When I got here the first day, me and the owner, we opened up the fruits and she essentially told me that, half the fruits that are falling on the trees, they have worms in them even while on the tree. And I wondered why. And it was always a blockage, a barrier for me to bring these fruits in good conscience to any clients, whether that is family, friends, even, farmers markets, grocery stores, because if any client or person were to open up these fruits and see that there was bugs in them, I mean, just imagine that is very unappetizing and you would consider the whole batch a loss at that point. So by using these protective barriers, we're able to bring these fruits to our end user in good conscience and good faith that they are ripe and they are good and they don't have any bugs in them. I'm going to show you guys how we go about just putting them on the fruit trees. So typically we want to find a fruit almost like this, even smaller if we can get to it. And while it's still unripe, the skin is very tough. This is very hard. I'm squeezing as hard as I can and I can't puncture that. So I'm pretty sure that any winged insects or bugs that try to get on this, they're not going to be able to lay their eggs in this right away. So we want to be able to protect this harvest with a baggie. So the baggies that we ordered from Alibaba. They're pretty durable. We intend to use these for a very long time. And they have these little slips here that we use to just seal the bag. And we're just going to put this on right now. Right. And then I like to go ahead and just wrap around as well. Because what I notice is that these baggies, they can kind of just get loose and fall off. So go ahead and tie them up. And there we go. So for the most part, any winged insects that land on this, they're going to be attracted by the strong aroma of these fruits, but they're not going to be able to lay their eggs on there as easily as if it was just fully exposed. Another point that I'd like to make mention of is that we have a lot of these trees on the north side of the property, very high. So I don't know if you can tell, there are trees like this that are at least 20 feet tall, and those fruits up there I can't get to. I'm not gonna be able to like reach and grab. So what I did and what we did, we worked with Grove Services, a fruit orchard services company down here in Homestead, and they went ahead and pruned half of our guavas, so 2.5 acres, 300 trees. Anybody that's has an eye for pruning could probably tell this is probably not the best job. It would always be best to do this by hand. They came with a rotary machine and just chop the tops off of each of these. But by doing that, we're able to conserve a lot of the energy that these trees would be expending producing their higher canopy. We're opening up the top to allow more light in, and we're gonna have a lot more density in our fruit production on the lower ends right here. And you can even see like there's the next batch coming in of fruits. Each of these nodes are gonna be future guavas that we're gonna have access to in future harvests. So we're gonna let this sit for at least a couple more months. I'd say about 2 months. That way we get the best fruit out of them, because right now they're just healing, they're growing their leaves, their foliage again. And in the meantime, I'm gonna access the north side of the property and harvest as many fruits as possible with my interns and the baggies and the system that we have going here. And that's pretty much what we have on the farm come February. Hopefully by spring and even summer, we'll be in full fruit production. And I hope to bring these to a distributor, a grocery store, some farmers markets. We're making a list, even some friends and family that we have contact with and our interns. I tell them to grab as many fruits as possible. If you guys want some, I'm sure I can set up a little Etsy or something and drop ship you guys some of these pink guavas. Let me show you how they look like on the inside. I haven't eaten in a couple hours, but this type of guava, it's a pink guava, red guava variety. It's very aromatic. If you're on the farm, you could definitely smell it here, everywhere. And it's a lot more flavorful, in my opinion, as opposed to the white or Thai guavas, the big guavas. Each guava has their own guava flavor, but this one is typically used in pastelitos. This is what the Cubans or the Caribbean folk would typically use in their dishes, and it's very easy to eat, just like a apple or a pear. So I take advantage of all of the ripening guavas are on these trees, because this is just free sugar, natural, no chemicals, no fertilizers, just growing here just through sheer nature and just sheer sunlight. And I'm feeding this farm, and this is the one way that the farm could feed me. So guys, that's it for this video. I hope I taught you something, anything in relation to how to protect your fruits, even if it's in your backyard. If I can help you get just a little bit more fruits, a little bit more mangoes, or whatever you're growing that are not being attacked by bugs, I did my job. In the next video, we're gonna be talking about companion planting. These guavas, they take up a lot of space, but there's also some free real estate underneath them where I want to plant other things, such as pineapples and other crops that I'm coming across down here in South Florida. There's even other people that are going to be donating plants to me and allowing me to put them in the ground, and it's very interesting to see just how many hands and inputs that are benefiting this property over time. One motto that I give my interns, I also give myself on a personal level, is to grow and plant something every day. And I'm seeing the benefits of my knowledge and just what I'm learning and being able to share with you guys. And I hope to share that with you in the upcoming videos. Now, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, you already know the deal. And if there's other video topics or concepts that you'd love for me to cover, feel free to let me know. I'm pretty sure I can do something here and test things out for you guys, and we'll learn together. So I'll catch you in the next video coming soon. This is Dev signing off. Peace.